Well, hoping, at least for locally, that we'll have some change and disruption.
Tonight on DC News Now, the results are coming in for Virginia's primary election. Who you can expect on the ballot this November. A fire rips through a DC apartment building, forcing more than 40 people to find a place to stay.
Now it's just a matter of staying safe in this heat and making sure that the kids are okay.
The Washingtonians trying to recover from their loss.
Looking ahead towards your Wednesday, we are tracking some wet weather, especially for that morning commute, the latest timing and what you can expect coming up.
They're not old enough to be driving and not old enough to legally have a driver's license.
A man killed in a deadly crash involving a stolen car with 7 kids inside. Police now investigating how this happened.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 10 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan. Susan Tran has the night off. DC News Now is your local election headquarters, and tonight we're following the Virginia primary election. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us live here in studio with the latest results. And Daniel, those results started coming in really early.
Very quickly, Chris. So let's start with the U.S. Senate. Incumbent Senator Mark Warner is the de facto nominee. No Democratic primary for the 3-term senator and former governor today, but there were Republican challengers. That race has been called for retired Army Major General Burt Mizuzawa with 51% of the vote. He beat out David Williams and Kim Farrington coming into this election, outspending his opponents. He's focused on excessive government spending, energy, and affordability, wants to simplify the tax code, but the race isn't seen as a battleground that will determine control of the Senate. Meanwhile, in Virginia's 7th congressional district, Doug Ollivant beat his opponents Philip Harding and Rick Smithers with 57% of the vote. He led the race in fundraising and campaigned on energy development, agriculture support, and affordability. There was no Democratic primary. Congressman Eugene Vindman is the de facto nominee. He's campaigning on lowering costs, helping veterans, and regulating data centers. He beat Derek Anderson by 2 years ago by fewer than 3 percentage points. So this could be a race to watch in November, Chris. We'll just have to see how it turns out.
Absolutely. A lot happening tonight. Daniel, thanks for those updates. And we are tracking the races all night long. You can tune in here on air or go to dcnewsnow.com to find the latest results. All you have to do is search Virginia elections. Meanwhile, a big step forward in Maryland's redistricting fight. Both the House of Delegates and the Senate have now approved the constitutional amendment that would let lawmakers draw new congressional maps. Governor Wes Moore is expected to sign that bill tomorrow, and voters will decide in November whether or not to move forward. Democrats say the move comes as other states are redrawing district lines ahead of the midterm elections, but Republicans call it a partisan power grab, saying the maps should not be changed outside the normal redistricting process. All right, let's get a first check on the forecast. Chief Meteorologist Jackie Layer, and not a bad evening out there and a pretty good day for anybody who went to the polls, for the most part.
For the most part, yeah. We're saying for the most part just because now we're slowly starting to see a bit more of the showers starting to move in to some of our far southernmost counties, but more wet weather's on the way for tomorrow morning. So everyone keep that in mind, especially for those areas under that flood watch from 4 a.m. to 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. That does include the D.C. metro area, long parts of the I-95 corridor in northern Virginia, and even back out towards parts of Maryland, including parts of Montgomery County, the southern half, and then back out towards Prince George's County and Charles County. These are the areas that, you know, got a lot of wet weather over the course of this past weekend, and then adding on to the potential of some slow moving heavy downpours that could be impacting that Wednesday morning commute. That is why that flood watch was issued. Out there right now, some of the green popping up on our far southernmost counties down towards the Fredericksburg area, Spotsylvania County, even up towards Stafford as well. That was dealing with a couple of those light sprinkles not too long ago. So right now, relatively light, but we could see this batch farther south associated with this boundary that's south of the region lifting northward. We certainly have a cloud cover right now, but more wet weather on the way for that Wednesday morning commute. You see that with Futurecast too, that we see some of these cells sliding right along the I-95 corridor into the district through that, you know, morning commute, and then eventually that fades away. More chances for storms out west into the afternoon. More on this, timing out the rest of that work week in just a few minutes.
All right, Jackie, we'll see you then. In the district, a man shot and killed near Meridian Hill Park. It happened near 15th and Euclid in Northwest around 4:30 this morning. Police say that man died there on the scene. So far, no arrests have been made. Anyone with information is to contact D.C. police. Also in D.C., tonight, dozens of people without a home. A fast-moving apartment fire tore through a building in Southeast. Firefighters say everyone did get out safely, but the flames, they spread so quickly, crews had to pull back and then attack that fire from above. DC News Now's Ben Dennis reports families are unsure tonight about damage to their apartments.
All you can do is try to reposition out of the collapse zone.
Flames billowing from the roof of the Southeast apartment building, sending a black haze overhead. Within minutes, residents along East Street evacuated. DC firefighters rushed inside the building, searching for residents while trying to douse the flames. But conditions changed fast.
We were sitting in the room just listening to the TV. My neighbors started banging on the door saying it's a fire, it's a fire. We came outside and we saw the black smoke. We didn't see fire at first, but like a minute later, it was just engulfing both roofs of the connected buildings.
The first 911 calls reportedly came in 1:49 Tuesday afternoon. Crews say they arrived 2 minutes later.
They were able to search the entire building and make sure everyone was out. After about 20 minutes of trying to put the fire out from the inside of the building, the units withdrew from the building and used the tower ladders.
More than an hour after ladder trucks began pouring water onto the roof, firefighters finally got things under control. DC fire sources say about 40 people are displaced. 24 apartments can no longer be lived in.
I was surprised that this will happen, and I just pray to God that none of the houses got hurt.
From here, you can really see how destructive this fire was. Check out the remains on the sidewalk, charred in many places. Those flames had ripped through much of the roof, leaving pieces below these balconies. And one is where a dog was reportedly rescued by officials on a ladder truck. Residents now having to find another place to sleep for at least tonight. For Danielle Mitchell, she's grateful her family escaped safely, even if she's now left wondering what comes next.
My daughter, she's a little concerned. She was like, Mom, my birthday stuff in there, and her birthday's Friday, so it was just like, it's okay, it's just stuff. I am just glad everybody's okay.
DC Fire says no residents were hurt. One firefighter suffered a sprained ankle, and crews also rescued several pets from the building. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. In Southeast DC, Ben Dennis, DC News Now.
All right, we have a positive update in the recovery of the little boy who nearly drowned during a summer soccer camp in D.C. Now, we do want to warn you, some of the photos you see in the story can be found disturbing. The family attorney for Adonis Jackson say he is now home. The 6-year-old spent 2 weeks in the hospital when he was pulled from the bottom of the pool at the University of the District of Columbia. Police say the lifeguard was on lunch break at the time. The attorney says Adonis is on a slow road to recovery with physical therapy ahead. And they say his speech is improving every day, and his family continues to thank those who have offered prayers and support. The UDC athletics director and aquatics manager, as well as lifeguards on duty at the time, are all still on administrative leave. In Maryland, police officers in Washington County joining families for National Night Out. That annual event promotes neighborhood engagement with police. This year's events, they were held at several locations around the county, including the Fairgrounds Park Pavilion, Byron Memorial Park, Schaefer Park, and Veterans Park.
That bridge between the kids and the community and the police agency, and show them that, like, we're just regular citizens, you know, and we love what we do.
All right, so National Night Out in Washington County wrapped up about 2 hours ago at 8 o'clock. There were several other National Night Out events all across the DMV. The Montgomery County Police Department holding more than 30 different events. And in Virginia, the Arlington Police Department hosted a variety of events across the city, and all 7 police districts in D.C. also hosting events. Interim Police Chief Jeffrey Carroll saying the night is really important to build relationships.
National Night Out is really just a time for community, law enforcement partners, criminal justice partners, businesses to really come together, just to have fellowship, to talk to one another in a good, positive setting.
Well, officials say, police say that it also sends a real positive message, and they also say it sends a message to criminals, letting them know that neighborhoods are organized and fighting back.